Need to level check first.
And a big thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring our KRIM Community Spotlight program. Good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio. Hope you're having a great Monday morning. And hopefully you had a chance to make it out to the Aero Fair this weekend. That took place on Saturday from 10 to 2. That was a great event. A lot of people out there. And again, a big thank you to that committee, that group for putting that on, Payson Airport, everyone else involved, everyone that came out. Again, it was a beautiful day and a great event attended by many. So this morning we're going to talk about another event that's taking place, I believe December 9th.
Yes.
At the Moose Lodge in Star Valley, and that is the Barbie Hensler Memorial Toy Run. And in the studio to talk about that and the history of the toy run, how you can be involved, and just other details are CC and Woody. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, that was in unison. You guys practiced. That was really good. That's great for a Monday morning. I tell you what.
We're on the same page.
There you go, yeah. That's good. So, Barbie Hensler Memorial Toy Run. I think a lot of people in the community probably have heard about the event, participate in the event. But for those that haven't, those that are newer to the community, if you can just tell people about the event, CC.
The event started, and you'll gasp, this is a believe it or not, 21 years ago.
It's 21?
This is the 21st Barbie
gosh.
Hensler Memorial Toy Drive.
Oh my goodness.
She, as a founding member of ABATE, High Country chapter, that's a motorcycle safety and education group, started the toy run and ran it for 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
She passed away the week before the 10th toy drive, excuse me, and the group decided to continue the toy drive, but naming it after her.
Mm-hmm.
Since that time, in the last year, High Country chapter has moved on to Sholo, but the group there already had a toy run,
Okay.
and we knew the importance of the toy run for the community here, so we kept it, Barbie Hensler's Memorial Toy Drive. It was always done for 21 years. It was always done with the help of the Moose Lodge. They're the ones that had the harder work, in my opinion, because they sorted everything out according to a pre-screened list of folks who would get help at Christmas time. And these folks are people who would have no Christmas at all without any kind of intervention. Now the Moose has taken over this toy drive completely. And the final gathering of all the gifts that are collected throughout the community will be given to the Moose Lodge on December the 9th between noon and 4. And they will sort and give wrapping paper accordingly. The toy drive itself, or the giving of the gifts collected in the toy drive, has changed a bit, maybe starting with the pandemic, but I think it's changed in a way that's much more helpful to the parents, because now the parents are given the gifts and the wrapping paper and they take it home, so they know what's happening with the things that are going to their children. Santa will still be there on the 9th. If anyone needs to talk with him.
There you go. If anyone needs to talk with him, I like how you put that.
Or his wife. His wife is usually there as well.
Mrs. Claus, there we go.
Yeah. And there will be the usual raffles, door prizes, silent auction, food, drink. It's just really a great time. Everybody comes together in the community.
It's a big party.
It is a big party.
Yeah. And now over the years, I know when I first, I guess, found out about the toy run and was asked, I think you guys, contacted me or
Yeah.
contacted us about coming out and playing music and just being, part of the event. That was at the Buffalo.
Yes.
So is
Yes.
that where it started, or was there another location?
No,
before
that's
the
actually
Buffalo?
where it started, was at the Buffalo.
That's where it started, so
Yeah.
with Mike over there, and
Mhm.
I remember the Buffalo being over there for some years, and then last year it was Midtown Yard, I think,
Yes,
was down there.
last 2-3 years it's been.
2-3 years?
Yeah,
Okay.
been at Midtown Yard.
With John down
John.
there, and Dean, I think, before John.
John, yeah, that's
Mhm.
right.
And now it's at the Moose Lodge.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
and that's always where the toys have been taken, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so that, as one of the people who lug stuff around,
Yeah.
that's kind of one of my jobs. It's nice that the toys will already be at their destination for a change.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I remember, goodness, the amount of toys, the community is so generous.
Yes.
And all of the toys that were donated, in the boxes and brought to the event.
Mhm.
I mean, I remember the Buffalo, the corner, the front corner, when you walked in to the right of the stage, just being completely filled. That booth
Yes.
was
Yeah.
filled with toys. And then at the end of the event, it was like, all right, everyone, back the trucks up. Let's load them up. And there were bicycles
Oh, yeah,
and
it
toys.
was a production just to get everything
Yeah.
back to the Moose. So it's nice that it'll already be there, that's a plus.
Mhm.
You know, the other plus is just the fact that, the Moose Lodge has really stepped up in a big way
Mhm.
to fill this gap, and we can't thank them enough. Shelley was supposed to be here today, something came up and she wasn't able to make it, so I had to jump in there.
Mhm.
But we really appreciate everything they've done for 20 years, and this is the 21st year, and now they're gonna take over the whole production, which they realize how big a deal this is. It's a lot of work,
Mhm.
but we can't thank them enough for doing that.
So how you guys listening and watching on our Facebook page can help out is by donating unwrapped toys. So there'll be boxes that are placed at various businesses all throughout Rim Country, not
Yes.
just here in Payson, but up in Pine and Strawberry, Tonto Basin.
Mhm.
Christopher, do you have anything out in Christopher Creek or any businesses?
Out at Tonto, out at the Double D at Tonto
Oh, okay.
Village.
Yeah, Tonto Village.
Yeah, they'll have a box. They did we had to go and empty that box twice last year.
Wow.
So those people stepped up in a big way. And we serve the children and families in all of those communities. So
Mm.
they're contributing, but a lot of it, some of it's going back to help local people there, so.
Yeah, and in Star Valley, obviously,
Yeah.
down in Star Valley. So you'll see these boxes with the poster, Barbie Hensler Memorial Toy Drive, and with Santa on the Harley
So-
there.
so that is Harley, that's right.
Yeah, you'll see.
We're not
that.
gonna get rid of that part, even though Abate isn't involved currently.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get rid of the motorcycle, because
Oh.
that's the roots.
Yeah,
That's where it
yeah,
started,
it
so.
is. And so that's how you can help out. And I want to point out that it's so important now because this year, last year, there wasn't a Toys for Tots program.
Right.
This year, we found out recently that there isn't going to be another Toys for Tots event this year just because of certain circumstances. So there's a few toy drives. I know Angel Tree is another toy drive, and we've worked with Angel and his mom in the past, with gifts. And last year we did a KRIM toy drive because of finding out Toys for Tots wasn't happening.
Thank God you did, thank
no.
you very much for
Oh,
that.
Yeah, no,
That was
you're very
huge.
welcome. And there were so many businesses and organizations like the American Legion Post 69 that helped out. And I think the Elks, I think they do something
Yes, they do.
as well. So a lot of organizations in town working together, and I know the organizations try hard to also communicate with each other to not duplicate, the
Yep.
work or with
Work or
families.
people, yeah.
Yep, but to make sure that the families that are in need, that don't have the means to get their children Christmas presents, that they're put in touch with one of the groups so they can have a Christmas.
Right, and it's real important that we all work together on this. I mean, everybody has the exact same goal, make sure that every kid in Rim Country has a Christmas, and that the families that really need help, get a little assistance to help them try to have a little joy during Christmas. A lot of people find themselves in weird financial situations, and sometimes, and we've seen it before, where somebody who's got a great job and everything's going fine, and all of a sudden the rug's pulled out from under them, and just that year they need help. And when that happens, everybody, all of these different groups, they all want to help. So what we want to stress this year is we're willing to work with anybody in any capacity. So they can work with us to collect toys. We can work with them to distribute toys, whatever it takes to get it done. And it isn't just toys either. In the past, we've collected, winter coats and, just things that families need.
New jeans.
New jeans.
Slippers, socks.
Yeah, shoes. One year, and this is one that always, I think I finally got to the point where I can talk about this without tearing up, but one year there was a family and they asked the mother, it's like, what can we do for you guys? And she said, would it be possible to get a package of, a big package of toilet paper? And I'm like, it's just, I understand, I once got off a Greyhound bus with $24 in my pocket and no place to stay. I mean, I understand how you can get in those situations. It's a lot easier than a lot of people think. Luckily I got a little bit of help. I met Cece, things turned around, and that was no longer an issue. So now I want to help get back. So when that happens, we want to be able to step up and just say, okay, this particular family here, they need a lot of help. Let's help them. So it isn't just toys. But what we want, we don't want used stuff. That's the only thing, because you get into, first of all, it becomes a real time sink, just trying to sort through it and make sure everything's clean and all of the pieces
And
are there or
functional.
whatever, you don't want, so, and we don't want to be giving away used clothes or anything like that. So we are looking for new stuff, but we'll take clothes, we'll take, all gift cards, give us money.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Books.
Books, anything.
Books, puzzles.
Yeah, and gift cards are great for the teenagers.
Yes.
So for teenagers, where you're a little more limited in, what they can be given at Christmas time, gift cards work really, really well.
Yep.
And what you said about, it is a case where circumstances can change so quickly.
Very, very fast.
For the worse or for the better.
Yep.
It works both ways, and none of us are exempt from that.
No.
You never know with your health, with finances, with your housing situation, your job, whatever it is, your family situation, relationship you're in. It can change and really, really hit you hard.
Yep.
And a lot of times not at any fault of your own, or maybe something that you did.
I mean, something happens and you make the wrong decision, or in my case there was a divorce involved, and unfortunately, and all of a sudden, the job goes away, the money goes away, and it's like, and the funny thing is I've noticed that if you're a person who's struggling on a regular basis, you probably have a little bit of a safety net from your friends that can bail you out a little bit from time to time. What's interesting is the people who are higher up on the food chain, so to speak, they tend not to have those kind of connections. And when the rug gets pulled out from under them, they fall far. But they also have the ability to generally to get back up faster. But still, during that time, it's like that one family I was talking about. That's the exact situation they had, They had a bunch of kids, somebody had a health problem, all of a sudden, a job went away and poof, they were in deep doo-doo. A year later, they were giving us money. I mean, you just never know, and so we don't judge anybody. We don't care how you got in the mess you're in or the situation you're in. We just want to help you have Christmas. That's all. And the focus is obviously the kids, but that goes all the way up through teenagers. And a lot of times the families, they need just a little something. Maybe mom needs a new winter coat, or so if we can do that, great. And that's what a lot of times they'll do with the cash that we get. The women of the Moose take that cash and they find out ahead of time what the situation is with these various families, who needs what, and they will go out and they're really good shoppers too. They get deals.
Oh, yeah.
And they will spend that money very wisely and get those items and things out to the families. Maybe all it is a Safeway card for food that you can only use for food. So they don't have, you don't get in a situation where people are worried, oh, they're gonna buy cigarettes or booze or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you can only use this to buy food. There's a lot of times they'll be giving out gift cards, to do that, just so you can have Christmas dinner.
And also, the people involved at the Moose, or over the years, you guys or others, those cash donations, you can see who has signed up, because families need to sign up so they can receive the gifts, and you provide the age of your children, and whether boy or girl. So as people are signing up and you are compiling that list, and you can see what's coming in, then you know what's needed. Gifts for, 12, 13, like preteens, or gifts for teenagers, or gifts for young girls, because, you're getting more for boys, or whatever it is. So that way, again, like you said, the money that's donated, if you're unsure, you haven't had children, or your children haven't been young for a long time, you don't know what to buy, or you don't have the time. You don't have the time, you don't want to go shopping for toys or other things, then that's where the cash donations are very, very helpful. So your group, the Moose Lodge, can buy those things that are needed.
And Shelley is the person to talk to if you're in a situation where you need to be on the Barbie Hensler Memorial Toy Drive Christmas list this year. And she can be reached at 928-951-5131.
Okay.
And she'll ask those what size, what age, kind of questions, so that Christmas is not only meaningful, but fits well in the case of clothing items.
Yes, that's important.
And to find out where the boxes are located, people will be able to go to Barbie's toydrive.com later this week, and there will be a list of the locations for the Toy Run or Toy Drive boxes. And those boxes will be distributed the first week in November and picked up the Friday before the December 9th party at the Moose Lodge.
That's right. Again, if you're just tuning in or just watching, talking with Cece and Woody, part of the Barbie Hensler Memorial Toy Drive 21st Annual, that the event itself is taking place at the Greater Payson Moose Lodge, number 852, that's in Star Valley. But the collection boxes will be put out starting next week. And that list of all the businesses will be on barbies.toydrive.com. At the event itself, if you've never been to one of the events, like Woody said earlier, it's a big party. It's a lot of fun. There's food, music, drinks, a silent auction, 50-50 drawing, raffle prizes. And again, it's all for the toy drive, and it's going to purchase toys, clothing, food, other needed items for people in Rim Country so they can have a nice Christmas, so they can celebrate Christmas. Some people just aren't financially in a position to be able to buy gifts, buy food, buy necessities, as you pointed out. And during the holidays, that's really bad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah,
That's sad.
it's really sad. And Cece and I, we're at the point in our lives of, we don't need anything. For us, this is our Christmas. And we never know what to buy either. We just always give cash because we have no idea what to buy.
Yeah.
Well,
and we see all of these things being contributed. It's like, oh, that's really cool. I wonder where they got that. And it's like, I have no idea. You
He
know?
says that, but I've been buying things all
Well,
year.
yeah.
So
That's
I
right.
have two
Yeah.
huge containers
Uh-huh.
of things set aside.
Shipping containers?
No,
Dream on.
if she won the lottery, I have no doubt that's what would happen.
There would be shipping containers. Yeah.
She loves buying this stuff literally all year long.
Mhm.
And while I'm on that, if I could, I want to shout out to Cindy Condit in Strawberry.
Oh, wow.
Who
Absolutely.
does that also, all year long.
Mhm.
And the last several years, she has showed up, we put a box out in front of our house in Strawberry,
Yeah.
and she has showed up the last several years and triple filled that box by
Yeah,
herself.
I mean, it's overflowing
Because
by
she does the same
herself.
thing. She
Yeah.
just, over the course of the year, she'll see something, she goes, wow, that's on sale for like 50 cents, let me grab that.
And she
And,
and her sister, who
Yeah.
lives in another state, communicate with one another. Walgreens is having a huge sale
Oh,
of
Yeah, yeah,
X.
yeah. Yeah, it's so true between Walgreens, Walmart, the different stores.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Sometimes.
Right after Christmas, they have these huge sales, that's when she buys a lot of the stuff for next year.
Yeah, the stuff is marked down so
Yeah.
low. Yeah.
So just a shout out to her because she's such an incredible person.
Mhm.
There's actually a story about her doing that last year in the Payson Roundup, and we can't appreciate her enough. But really, it's everybody from Tonto Basin, Pumpkin Center Bar and Grill down there.
Mhm.
Those people, we usually get 2 boxes from them.
Wow.
Plus money, plus there's a group of ladies down there that will knit stuff, and I mean, it's unbelievable. All the way up to, like I said, at Double D's in Tonto Village, we had to go up there and empty that box twice last year. That's a small community. It's like, man, you just, it makes me so happy to live here, knowing that there's people like that that are willing to do that. It's just wonderful.
It is, and this is just another example of how generous and caring our community is. We have so many people in this community that care about others, and want to help. And they do that. They do it instead of just talking about it or maybe saying,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, that's
Or
great."
just
that
closing
you're
your
doing
eyes
it."
and walking away from the situation.
Yeah, just ignoring.
Yeah.
The best example of that I ever heard was during the Backbone fire. We were evacuating Strawberry, and there were some people staying at the short-term rental across the street, and they're like, "Well, what do we do? Who's coming?" And I said, "Ma'am," I said, "we're in Rim Country. We take care of our own up here because nobody's coming to rescue us."
Yeah.
It was like, that's really the deal. That's where we're at.
Yeah, and it's so true. And people that are not part of, especially those that are in a small community, and even some small communities, not all of them are like Rim Country
No.
Right.
in this area. So they don't know, and especially in metropolitan areas or the city, it is a case where you're dependent on various agencies or the government.
Mhm.
Oh, they're gonna help us out. They're the ones. Okay, come on, help us, help
But
us.
up here, it's your neighbor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is, because that's the reality. Those groups aren't coming.
Yeah.
They might, but by the time they get here, or, it's,
Yeah.
everyone's already started.
Right.
Yeah.
So, again, Barbie Hensler Memorial Toy Run, the 21st annual, taking place Saturday, December 9th at the Greater Payson Moose Lodge, number 852 in Star Valley. But starting next week, boxes will be out at a lot of different businesses throughout Payson, Pine, Strawberry, Tano Basin, Pumpkin Center, possibly Jake's Corner. I don't know, has anything ever down at Jake's?
They've been doing their own thing the last couple of
Okay.
years, so,
Okay.
again, we're trying to work with everybody,
Yes.
not confuse things.
Mhm.
Or
So,
supersede anyone?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
wanna, we don't wanna mess up with something somebody already has going on, but I've already had requests from, Pine Creek Fudge and Espresso.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just yesterday morning I was got, hey, where's my toy box? And it's like, lady, it's not even
Yeah.
Halloween yet.
Yeah,
It's like-
let's get past Halloween, huh?
And she's thinking ahead, so, there are places we know it'll be. It'll be at El Rancho, it'll be at, Midtown Yard, it'll be at Pine Creek Fudge.
Mhm.
Probably, I would assume still, the Ponderosa Market in Pine has changed hands, but I'm pretty sure it'll be there.
Mhm.
Pumpkin Center Bar and Grill always steps up.
The Buffalo.
The Buffalo,
Buffalo,
yeah, there's
yeah.
certain places that are gonna want a box, because
Mhm.
when they don't get one, they get upset. The RV place down in Rye.
Oh, Garvin's.
Garvin's.
Yes.
Garvin's
yeah.
RV and Adventures.
Yep,
Yep.
they always, they're calling us up, it's like, hey, where's our box? It's
Anna,
like,
Anna
yes,
down
Anna
there.
is- yeah.
big contributors.
She was
down
a
there, so.
very good friend of Barbie's.
Oh, great, okay.
And Sawmill Theater, you'll
That's
probably
right.
see the ad on the movie screen.
Mhm.
They do that every year for us, and we cannot thank them enough for doing that.
And I'm sure, I know, last year that was one of the places we had a box. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll put a box there in the theaters. Yeah, it's great. Again, just so many businesses, so many people
Yeah,
that contribute, that give, and it's amazing to see every
Yeah.
year.
It
and
is.
if you want one, please let us know.
Mhm.
There will be probably, I think we're gonna have a partial list by Wednesday, so there'll be a number on there that you can call if you want a box at your business.
Okay.
You just call CC at that number.
Mhm.
And I can give you the number now, but it'll be on the barbiestoydrive.com.
Okay.
And the number is 928-476-1955. Just
Okay.
ask for CC and say, hey, we want a box at our business for the Barbie Hensler Memorial Toy Drive, and we will make that happen.
Right, there we go. That sounds great. And again, just a big thank you to everyone over the years that have, and there's so many, hundreds that have
Oh.
participated.
Oh, yes.
That
Hundreds and hundreds.
yeah. So many.
21 years. I mean,
21, I
It's
know.
amazing.
Yeah, no, that is a while. So you're 2002, 2002.
Yes. Yes.
When that started. Wow. I know, it's hard to believe, 2023, 2024 next year.
Yeah, I
know.
know.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds strange.
It really does.
Yes, all right, well, thank you so much, CC, thank you, Woody, for coming on today.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, you're
Yes.
so welcome. Thank you, everyone, for listening and watching, and also thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring our KRIM Community Spotlight program. Time to get back to the music here on KRIM, and we're
Because
gonna do that.
KRIM rocks.
Yeah, KRIM rocks. But before we do that, we're going to get a brief update from the National Weather Service.
With this morning KRIM weather forecast from Payson.
Why didn't that work? Why didn't the computer work? All right, shut this off live. See you later, guys. Have a great